Chris G versus White Tower Yusuf. And I got to talk a lot about Guile, because I was super curious. I sat down with him. I'm like, what do you really think about this character? What do you think are your rough matchups? Because he is like one of the 2 or 3 players we can really think of who's going full on with this character.
Yeah.
You know, NuckleDu has that perfect mix of where he has that rush down, he has the defensive Guile, and then he's got Nash for everything in between. And, you know, Chris doesn't really have a secondary that he's really bringing out. We saw some Yuri in here and there, but it's something I don't think he'll bring out too much. But he talked to me a little bit about the matchups and some of the ones he really had rough with. And I was really surprised. You know, he's had Nakali on that list, and obviously Cammy.
Oh, sure.
And, you know, I'm curious to see against those ones. He says he can beat most of the Cammies, but it's just that top 1%, those Shao Hais, those K-Brads,
of course,
that he really, really struggles with.
Well, Ryu, that's what I expect from Yusuf.
Yeah.
I do feel like Guile has a lot of control in the Ryu matchup. I just feel like he can easily. So we were talking about Nash versus Ryu. I feel like it's kind of now how Nash versus Ryu used to go, where Nash would like go away, throw booms, maybe he would like absorb or counter whatever Ryu's projectiles were, and then dash in for a setup. As Guile, the ability to control the horizontal space with booms, with very fast EX booms, with V-skill into boom for more hits than just the one, right? Like you can make a real setup out of that.
Yeah.
That I just feel like that's tough for Ryu to deal with. And so Ryu has to find a different way through. I feel like he's more of a moving forward kind of character in this matchup. That's the MO. Get the knockdown if you can, get past the booms if you can. It's difficult to keep up, in my view at least, in the mid-range. Yeah,
and he told me the reason why he wants to play this character. He loves characters that have a lot to be explored, and he likes to really kind of sit in the lab and practice new things. And, you know, he has been really, really proud of himself for really pushing some of the Guile tech forward.
I think that's great.
Yeah. And it's really awesome. Chris G is just such a character specialist in that sense.
You know, when I watch him play Guile and he's in Trigger and he's throwing boom patterns, I almost feel like I'm watching Morgan and throwing fireball patterns in that game.
Yeah.
In that game, fireball patterns could be very different, very unique. They could control different parts on screen with different intentions. And it's the same kind of thing with Guile's Trigger booms in this game. You can set things up. You can make a defensive wall for yourself, right? Like there's all these different opportunities.
Absolutely.
Very interesting stuff. But anyway, his opponent, TGZ White Tower Yusuf from Kuwait, living in Arizona. One of the contingent of really strong Kuwaiti players to have come to the U.S. and made big noise out here.
Look at this. Chris already going in, really using that hop kick. Chris right now, he was the aggressor there where he wanted to jump in. Great challenge there. It's almost as if Chris does not even want to throw too many booms in this matchup. He's kind of really going in and utilizing his normals. There you go, finally.
Yeah, right. So finally there's these setups. Finally there's a little bit more in the way of projectile control. But I really like how Yusuf is moving forward and where he's moving forward.
Okay.
He moves so far. Oh no, only one hit.
Yeah, I tried to get a little bit more damage off that, but here comes Chris with that V-trigger. What's he got?
Yeah?
A little off far for that overhead, but that was some cheeky stuff.
So now he's built space, and the question is, can Guile either set things up to get back in and deal damage or control space well enough to deal damage?
Yeah, let's see if Chris is just going to try and lame this out here.
Maybe. Look at that.
Oh,
he's talking about.
And
isn't that a Marvel setup,
Chris,
Rudy?
Gee, that is totally a Marvel
Haven't
setup.
You seen that in Marvel?
You were telling me about Morgan. This man is playing Morgan right now. I know
Shell kick, man.
I know Yipes is getting a kick out of this there in the corner, but here we go. Chris G. Looking good. Yeah, look at the use of that hop kick. Just really trying to, I think he's really looking for those lows. Trying to look for that low forward, maybe that roundhouse. Really interested of actually how much he's using that in that mid-range.
Yusuf taking a risk on that. It seems like he might be getting a little bit anxious about his inability to get in so far. I want him to settle. He's got to get in, of course, but you can't do it too crazily. Lovely spacing right now. Well, nice decision by Chris. He doesn't always save it for Trigger. That V-reversal is so important as Guile.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, that was literally a V-reversal just for positioning.
Right.
It got him out of that corner. It was so good. Okay. Bit of a risky EX boom there.
That might have been V-reversal. Okay.
Yeah.
That said, Yusuf trying to move forward. He is pretty close when it comes to this life deficit right now. Oh, that could have been whip punished. Will he jump? No, that's certainly what Chris wants. Chris is hoping that Yusuf will jump.
Oh, and there was that hop kick we were talking about.
As soon as Chris realized this guy's not going to jump, okay, walk forward, Sobat kick.
Yeah. Chris
and
G.
that Sobat is part of why I feel like Guile plays this matchup well.
Yeah.
You mentioned it can deal with lows pretty well, but as Ryu throws a fireball, he extends his hurt box. He's hittable farther in front of himself, and that Sobat kick is one way to deal with that.
Yeah, it's really working out for him. And the one time Yusuf did jump, he just got stuffed out there from that fears. Yeah, he was totally ready for it. You can't be jumping in on crouching Guiles. You know they're always charging. Wow, jump OS tech there. I like that.
Look at this barrage. The lows, Yusuf not taking it on the tech. I think that's what Chris was looking for. Hoping for. Oh, this might be big, though.
This is going to be some good damage here for Chris G. One more. Okay, yeah. Great V reversal there. He was getting close to stun, but still Chris throws him back in there.
The low, he was looking for the overhead maybe, Yusuf? Maybe looking for the classic overhead round ender? I don't know, but in any case, Chris G has match point.
Yeah, look at this.
You know, there haven't been too many jumps over. I like Chris having backed up there. Okay, now Yusuf takes the risk. He's in.
Yeah, you're right. Yusuf is just does not seem like he wants to jump too much because the few times he did, kind of got stuffed out. But he still has to. He has to challenge Chris G once in a while. He can't tell him that he's going to play the grounded game the entire set.
Yeah, that's what I worry about as well right now for Yusuf. Is it feels like he has been taught the lesson that he cannot jump, and it's very tough to give up half of your approach.
Yes.
There's only two ways to approach in Street Fighter. It's on the ground or it's in the air.
Yeah, Yusuf has, there's the OS tech again, and he's got so many resources right now, so Chris has to respect that. And there's that V reversal we were talking about last round. So well used. Definitely a huge tool there for Guile.
Look at this control.
Oh, these throws have been working out so well for him. Yusuf has to be careful.
Oh, that spacing was so good from Chris. Throughout that whole set, it was so good. And he recognized that he had taught Yusuf the lesson to not jump, and he really took advantage of that. He really did a good job of playing that match well. Let's take another look at it, though. There was a lot to really glean in that. It's one of my favorite character matchups, Guile versus Ryu. I just feel like there's so many interesting choices that can be made.
Oh, look
at that. And it was still there after the get-up.
Gave him another setup with 2 throws in a row. Chris G walking forward, so fearless. Wow. Really good stuff there from Chris. Really happy he found a character that, you know, suits him well, and a character that just has so much more exploration to do. I remember when Guile first came out, everyone was saying how, you know, it seems kind of bad.
Ah, man, I was always on the Guile's good train. Just going to bump myself up there. Speaking of things that suit people well, if you are somebody who likes to wear Street Fighter-related merchandise, then, boy, do we have some options for you. At Amazon.com/Capcom Pro Tour, you can grab some new tees. It's the Capcom Pro Tour store, presented by PS4. Check it out for that and more.
Absolutely, man. You know, James rocks those shirts daily. Always see him rocking them.
One of these is a new shirt, so I guess there's at least 4.
Yes. We have such a crazy lineup of players. I mean, I just looked at this list right now. I keep looking down at the desk, but
oh man, it's going to be a crazy set of scores.
RB versus Alex Myers up next. Both these guys have just been bulldogging their way through, going crazy. Had the setups and like I don't know what to expect here.
I don't know, man. Anything could come through that door.
Yeah, Alex has probably been one of the most improved players I can think of throughout the journey of Street Fighter V. You know, started off with Nash, really found himself with, you know, Cammy. I think really suits his playstyle a lot.
Yeah, he's definitely better than in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, and he's just been killing it. And, you know, his performance in Canada Cup was so inspiring. Like, he almost didn't even make it to his pool on time, and he just dominated. Wow. He did so well.
Man, coming back from losers in that situation really would have been a chore, but I'm glad that he did, or that didn't come up.
And RB, we were talking about how this guy's just perfect for Urien, you know?
Yes.
This guy's just totally the right fit, finding a lot of tech. There's a lot of tricky stuff. And I'm really curious actually to see how prepared he is for the matchup, because I can't imagine there are too many Uriens at the moment in West Coast. There will be. Absolutely. This is the character that has so much potential, and a lot of people are just labbing out daily. And
yeah, he's getting real scary, I would say. You know, he's capable of taking out a lot of gore.
yeah, I mean, RB, of course, repping his country, and Alex Myers got the West Coast on his back. I love that he uses the business suit here for it's the best, man. Perfect tax collecting outfit.
Tax collecting. I really like the pink and purple one. That's my favorite.
Here we go. Alex Myers on the right, RB on the left.
So, you know, I've been playing Urian since it came out. This matchup feels like it can be tough to me. Just Cammy has such good mobility. It can be hard to set things up as Urian. It's hard to get V skills going. It's hard to zone.
It's hard to deal with those jump-ins, too.
Right, yeah, that's how I feel as well. So I'm very interested to see how RB does it. Maybe he has different ideas. He's a very intelligent, very creative player.
The way he's using that button, it's so good. RB again!
Wow, whip punish by Alex? Saves it. The very late delay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I love that back up there. It's going to use the trigger early.
Oh, interruption. EX is going to seal the deal.
Wow, smart there from Alex. Good awareness. Knew that he was out of range for the hit there. Press crouching strong and led to a full combo. Alex Myers. Looking good. Yeah,
RB trying to back off. You see how RB is really just trying to look for something reactively? It's just, like I said, it's difficult to play actively. It's difficult to really play. I don't even know what Urian's normal game is, but what I have wanted to do with the character, I felt is tough. And I'm seeing that in RB's gameplay right now as well.
I mean, throughout that first of that round, you saw RB kind of is either in or he's out. He stays away from the dive kick range, but when he does have pressure, obviously he starts playing aggressively, but yeah, you notice he's backing off, trying to get away from that dive kick, because he knows how difficult it could be to anti-air with Urian.
By the way, sick forward strong into headbutt combo. That was really cute.
Gets the back throw. Yeah, Alex was ready for it that time. Oh, wow.
Very interesting normal choice. Alex Myers. Oh, huge chance for him. Trigger is on deck.
Oh, he's
okay. Aegis will get right through that. That is a chance for V-skill. Now,
the tricky stuff, RB.
So one thing I really like about Urian is that I feel like he's one of the best in the game at closing out a round, at finding that final hit. His trigger just allows so many interesting opportunities.
Okay. Yeah, RB's defense has been on point right now. Really, anytime Alex has been managed to get in, he's just been kind of holding block and trying to react to a throw.
Oh, EX just after that. And he goes for the close-up version afterward. He wanted to be close. Was that the right choice? I don't know. Alex, no punish. He is known for getting the punish on that.
These jump backs right now.
Oh, too far. Very lucky for RB. Safe on block anyway. And now Alex relentlessly moving forward. Again, no punish on the jump back. Here's the EX, full screen, 7-framer.
Okay, activates a V skill. He's going to get some
armor. Oh, get in there. Okay. Oh, wow. There was a lot of cute ideas in that.
What's he got?
This is the same thing.
Cross up.
We saw that against Damdai.
Oh, my goodness. RB is looking crazy right now. We may have to nerf this character, ladies and gentlemen. Where is Ono? God, goodness gracious.
That character's so good. It's so fun.
Yeah, that was really, really impressive. Here we go, game number 2 with a 15 win streak on the left side. First player, there's a curse right now.
Alex with the whip punish. RB being very active in buttons. Urian does have some good ones.
No, absolutely. Like, look at that. I think there's a jump back forward right there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm used to seeing Alex get the punish on that by doing drill.
Yeah.
As people are jumping back, he will get the drill anti-air. And we haven't seen that yet this game.
Yeah, it's been RB's escape option almost every single time.
Right.
And I'm sure Alex has been thinking about it. With these buttons, this pressure.
A little bit too far. But RB's doing a great job. He has the full screen, no anti-air from Alex. Great job by RB with unusual jump timing.
Yeah, look at this spacing right. This is a perfect spacing. Yeah,
he's beautiful.
Yeah, he's backing out again, does not want to deal with the dive kicks, but Alex manages to get a hit, confirms with the V trigger. Nice, yeah, there's the jump back. In or out. That's RB's game plan right now.
Hey, there it is.
He's going to go into the super. Goodness gracious. One of the coolest supers.
Yeah, I like the sounds on it. It makes cool sounds.
Here we go. Right now, RB already on match point. Alex gets the back throw.
Ooh,
oh,
yes.
Yes, he can convert off of this. He's getting close to stun. Oh, and there it is.
He went in. I think Alex just wasn't looking for it. Will he go for the extra range on the EX? Yes.
Yes, look at this. RB, and he crosses up.
This guy.
And RB is looking so good right now. Goodness gracious. Alex, I love you, but that was rough.
That was definitely rough, yes.
But I really think that was because of the matchup and experience. You know, it's just that all those mix-ups, all those cross-unders, it's just so hard to see coming. Especially a level of player of RB really utilizing that. But, like, let's just quickly take a look at this. We need to see this again here.
Like I said, I felt like this is a tough matchup for Urian, but
yeah, look at this.
So this is on Alex, right? Alex comes in here,
and look at this juggle here.
You know, he put himself into the corner. He put himself in a bad situation, and you know that's an error. But I love how RB took advantage of it. And now for the little mix-up, when you do the V skill beforehand, you get a little bit of a different EX headbutt, some different properties on it. Again, I love the forward strong into headbutt.
Yes.
That's not an easy thing to do.
Man,
that's a forward move with a down charge that you're canceling into.
I have to be honest, David. I didn't think we'd see a Urian this early on.
Oh yeah.
like going into this tournament, I didn't think we'd see it now. You know, I was thinking maybe after the Pro Tour, people really start figuring out the character. But man,
like I said, I really feel like RB is that guy to really do a lot of the groundwork in introducing how a character that's a sort of unusual character can be played.
Yeah, absolutely. But man, got a few more matches lined up here for the winner's side. The character variety has been crazy, but next up, this is a rematch here, guys. This is something we've been talking about from CEO. Daigo versus 801 Strider. You know,
these are two folks who have a lot of history in Street Fighter 4 and now in Street Fighter 5, of course. But in the Capcom Cup, in the Capcom Pro Tour, you know, they've just been doing so well. 801 Strider was a major part of it last year. He hopes to be again. And, you know, that's what this is all leading up to, is the Capcom Pro Tour. Capcom Fighters on both Twitter and Facebook. Capcom Fighters TV at YouTube.
Absolutely. The Pro Tour team has been so amazing. And even on the YouTube channel, man, they upload those replays quickly.
They do. They've been really good at that lately.
So if you guys really want to come back and catch some of the action that you've missed earlier on in the day, they might well be uploaded already. So big ups to the Capcom Pro Tour team, and of course PlayStation 4 for making all of this happen. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, shout outs to Kugi, Sweet Johnny Cage, and Gordon for getting those videos up ASAP. That's awesome.
Yes.
All right, well, as you said, we got a nice one coming up for everybody to watch. Daigo, we've seen on stream a few times, and 801 Strider we've seen on stream as well.
That's right. So Strider, he didn't really, I know he was playing a bit of Cammy in the beginning, and he really didn't find himself too much in this game right away. It was a bit of a tough transition for him. And Daigo looking excited as ever right now. His eyes are twitching. God knows what is going on right now. But I'm really curious to see how well, you know, Strider made it this far. I'm curious to see what, you know, how much he's developed as a player. And just an overall really cool guy. Really,
oh yeah, very cool for sure.
Positive and loving. I mean, he was known as that able player, you know, who would just tear it up and take that character to the next level. So wondering right now, he is going up with Laura, which is,
you know, that's a character that he was playing earlier in Street Fighter 5.
Okay, or
yeah,
Mika.
I was just say, but I really thought his Mika was better.
Yeah.
So, you know, I do think that is a stronger choice for him. And having seen earlier how Pavo did against Tokido, you know, as practiced as Tokido must be in that matchup, this is just a matchup that is has a potential for either party to win.
Exactly. No, for sure.
It's a volatile kind of matchup.
If Mika takes those right risks and gets those knockdowns, it's extremely scary. And, you know, of course, 801 Strider knows, he's played with Daigo quite a lot before, so he knows his play style and his tendencies. So this will be really interesting to see how he acts towards Daigo on Wake Up. But Daigo right now just doing such a good job keeping him away.
Okay, there it is. The great blocks. This is somebody who's very familiar with exactly what Mika's options are. And part of Daigo's style of late has been this very patient, block-heavy style. Few people want to block in Street Fighter V, but I feel like Daigo is comfortable doing that.
Yes.
And you could see that just there when he was playing against Strider. She finally got up close, and he was just patient, blocked it out, went back to the mid-range game, and had the Fireball anti-air game, and that was really it.
Yeah, he tried to use that crouch strong there as an anti-air, but didn't quite work against Mika. So he's got, respects the wake-up option there. And Daigo, once again, backing out, going to throw a few more fireballs. There's that crouch strong. Worked that time.
Just in case she does a splash, it's a safer option.
Yeah.
But much more movement from Daigo. Oh, no, he didn't cancel and do super.
Yeah, he looks comfortable at this range. Yeah, he's just waiting for the jump
Oh,
ins.
man, yeah, this is all good. Yeah.
He's going for the chip here, and Daigo is going to take out the first round. And just as you say it, I think that was a great point. Really kind of defensive play, something we don't really see too much, actually, in this game. I almost feel like Daigo eventually could pick up a Guile and be really good.
I could see that. You know, he played Guile in previous games.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, he played Guile in ST as well, so... But of course, he's always been known for his Ryu, so it's good to see him play the character that most people have seen him play.
A lot of people think of Mika as a grappler. You know, she has a command grab, so it's kind of true. It's just that what she gets the payoff from really is hits. She wants to hit, and the command grab she has to settle for sometimes. Even better than that, it maybe is even just the regular grab with the opponent crouching. So, Daigo knows this, and so he defaults to blocking because he knows that the penalty for getting grabbed is much less than if you get hit. And I like, it's something as simple as that that makes me think so highly of him.
Finally, 801 tried it with a little bit of pressure, but Daigo manages to just get out so quickly. Daigo's been doing a great job just building a wall throughout the set. Yeah. You know, just 801 Strider has not been able to get anything. Yeah, every single jump in's just been crouch strong.
But just very safe. Yeah. No need to take any risks.
And like the one time he tries to,
look at him walk forward just a little bit there with that stand short. Gustavo was trying to walk forward himself, thinking that Daigo was further away, but Daigo with a little mix-up in positioning took the round. Match point.
Yeah, not a single drop kick here also from Gustavo, but that's because his fireball game has just been so scary.
EX at an unusual time. I have to say, I really feel like this is a clinic on how to play Ryu versus Mika so far. Just perfect blocking, movement, occasional offensive options, lots of patience.
Man, that crouch strong right now.
Oh, yeah, that's doing work, huh?
Keeping him out every single time. 801 Strider has been trained not to jump.
Oh, man, this is so tough right now for 801 Strider. Certainly his character's still in it. He has the damage output. He
could get chipped here, too, so he's got to be careful, but standing jab.
And, of course, it was the safety first option.
Yeah.
Stand jab. There's no risk in stand jab. You're not taking a risk on a Dragon Punch that would maybe whiff if Mika had done splash. You're just playing patiently. That looked to me like how I've played against. I've played against Daigo.
Yeah.
In Super Turbo.
Okay.
And I played Honda versus his Ryu, and that looked so similar to how he plays Ryu versus Honda. He plays it very uniquely. A lot of people will only stick at a spot on screen, and they'll throw fireballs and anti-airs, and that's good enough, all right? That tends to be a Honda anyway. But what Daigo does is not just that. He will block it out for extended periods of time against Honda, which is rare. You're taking a lot of chip damage. He will move forward at unusual times. He'll go up to grab Honda in a lot of situations. So when I see him play in this game against Mika, I am seeing somebody who has been there before, right? Like they have this well of strategy from previous games to draw on. You can say, oh, I feel that there are similarities in how this matchup might go. I remember playing X versus Y character from 20 years ago. He has all of these experiences already, and I feel like that is a huge advantage that somebody like him has, just to be able to draw on all these existing sets of information and strategies in forming something new.
Yes, absolutely. He looked so comfortable just playing that in that range. But if you too want to be comfortable, you can get one of these HyperX Cloud Stinger headsets. Go to hyperx.gg/Capcom and check out these awesome headsets that we have here. It's the best gaming headset under $50. They've been providing our players pretty well. And clearly, Daigo was listening in, doing well.
Yeah, his ears were working.
Absolutely. But looks like up next, we got Bonchan versus Nando here.
Oh, there you can see a couple of schmoes up on the top right.
Yeah. Look at, and just casuals going on all over the place. I mean, this is the great thing about this event, man. You can just come out. Anyone was able to enter, have a great time.
Yeah, play video games. Come play video games. That's really what it's all about.
Red Bull was giving out drinks to everyone. It was a great, great vibe over here.
Okay, well, we move on to Bonchan versus Nando, PH Nando Tovar, with a very strong Mika.
That's right. And, you know, we haven't seen Nando too much ever since, like, the first couple months of the game. So
right. I'm not sure if he just hasn't been traveling or what the deal is.
Yeah,
but I'm glad that he's here, trying to qualify for the last chance qualifiers. But his opponent is Bonchan, who would love to do the same.
And right now there's an 18-win streak on the player one side. I'm curious to see how Nando has really developed in this match and how much he's developed in Street Fighter V in general. It's been quite a while now.
Wow. Love that movement. Backdashing just at the right exact time.
Yeah, look at this life lead already for Bonchan. He's looking clean. Yeah, I'll try to go for a splash there. Once again, it's going to be good damage. Throws the booms.
Quite a different style than when we've seen him play against other players. Other characters maybe is what it is.
Wow.
Okay, he did finally get the dash toward, and that was a, you know, I understand Nando getting caught off guard. That was an unexpected timing for it, especially after all that time spent in the mid-range.
Yeah, it's going to be a punish here. Bonchan going to steal a little bit of meter. Yeah, let's see what he's got in the corner here. Oh, wow, I love the use of that. Crouch strong. Hopped right over that throw.
Here's a chance now for Nando. Knockdown into what? Oh, really? No quick rise. She gets a meaty even if quick rise, but just surprised not to see it.
Okay. Oh,
that was
that
chance,
was a big opportunity there for him. And okay, there's another one here. He's got him in the corner.
Oh, no, really? A couple times that whiff. That's very unfortunate for him. Mistimed it. Bonchan now with corner control.
There you go. And he makes up here. I mean, he's going to need a lot to bring this back, but he does have the character with a comeback potential.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Just maybe the start for Nando. Can he get a meaty this time? Yes.
He does. He keeps... Oh, again, that time it worked out.
Oh, no!
That could have been it for Bonchan, but he takes it. Bonchan shakes his head like, okay, I got out of that one. Not bad there. Just a few weird whiffs, but it's clear that right now Nando's going for that crouch strong on wake up. It's been 3 times in a row. He's gone for that on wake up. It's a great option.
Right, exactly. I do think it's a good option, but hasn't always timed it correctly.
Yes, I totally agree. Okay. Second time he went for the splash.
Nando moving forward here. Trying to, anyway. Bonchan a little bit less buttonsy in that mid-range than he has been against some other characters.
Yeah, it's going to be a big punish here. This is the second time. You can't keep losing some of these trades here. I mean, Bonchan he's getting so much damage here in that neutral.
Oh, really?
Was that calculated?
I'm sure.
He knew exactly where she was going to come from.
Right.
And Bonchan. Dash up throw. Nando looking a little lost here. I mean, it's so difficult against a player of this caliber. Bonchan just seems to know exactly where he needs to be.
Is he really not giving anything to Nando in terms of buttons in the mid-range? You don't want to take the risk against Mika. If you get counter-poked, you are in the corner. You know, you're going to lose a couple hundred damage. You might be on the ropes for him even more after that. So he doesn't even take the risk. It's just this hit-and-run style.
Yeah, Nando right now, he wants to chill a little bit, get his stun back. And once again, he always just finds a way in. He's just dashing in and rushing him down. Yeah, he's got to use that.
Oh, man, no confirm there. Yeah. And Bonchan now with just a huge life lead, huge positional advantage.
Yeah, he's got so much meter to work with, too. He can throw out those EX booms just like that.
He loves doing that. That's a big part of Bonchan's control game. And why not? It's very strong. So he moves on pretty convincing fashion.
Yeah, great stuff there from Bonchan. He's definitely one of the scariest players right now. I mean, at Canada Cup, he had a very close set with John, but if that didn't happen, he was definitely one person to really take that whole tournament.
Yeah, and I'm happy about that. I think that's great. I always liked watching him in Street Fighter 4. His Sagat was just very different than most people's. It was much more complete, looked faster. You know, I thought it was really cool. So when this game came out and he was having trouble, I thought that was kind of sad. But now clearly, right, he's in there. He's found his element more. He looks a lot better. He's very fun to watch.
At Canada Cup, he had a very close set with John, but if that didn't happen, he was definitely one person to really take that whole tournament.
Yeah, and I'm happy about that. I think that's great. I always liked watching him in Street Fighter 4. His Sagat was just very different than most people's. It was much more complete, looked faster. You know, I thought it was really cool. So when this game came out and he was having trouble, I thought that was kind of sad. But now clearly, right, he's in there. He's found his element more. He looks a lot better. He's very fun to watch. And if you'd like to watch more Street Fighter as well as anything else that you might like to watch, you can do so on Twitch. Twitch.tv is the place for that. There's also a social community there, and you can get that Twitch Prime and support all the folks you watch.
Absolutely. One of the best platforms to be watching all your favorite games. And man, what an onslaught of matches so far.
Well, look, we knew that this tournament was going to have a lot of really strong players. A lot of people are trying to get into that top 16, final 16 tomorrow. This is the last chance qualifier. Only 2 people do it. And we knew that there were going to be international players here. So to my mind, it's not a surprise. I expected to have a lot of really strong matches. What I think I'm maybe more interested in is exactly how some of those things have gone down. Watching RB, for example, has really been a treat. With that Urian, I think that's been really nice.
Really unexpected. To come out here and really show that up.
Yeah, I think that's really cool to see. As you mentioned, not many people are playing that character right now. I think a lot of us think that he's strong, but with Capcom Cup relatively close, only a month away, do you want to spend the time? You know, since the character came out, it's only been a few months. Not that much time, not nearly as much as other characters who effectively have been out a year if you consider the beta. You know, so lots of people haven't done it yet. They haven't. They're going to wait until after Capcom Cup. But he's doing it, and I think that's really cool to see.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a split decision between that. Some people think it's an advantage because nobody knows the matchup like we saw here today. But at the same time, it's like, so many other characters have been so much more developed. So,
okay, well, we're going to go to Vagabond versus Nando. Was that Jury? We're in loser's side, keep in mind.
Is he going to go with it?
Yeah, that's for real. So Nando with Jury, not Nika.
Of course, and we've talked about, Jury's development, especially at Canada Cup with, Shen Chang coming out of nowhere and really showing us what this character can do. Curious to see if this is maybe Nando's future with this character.
Very unique character, some cool options. Has to rely on storing up those charges for some very significant special moves. And you really don't see her V reversal too often. Just doesn't have very much range, it's not that fast. Oh, really? Vagabond's going to get punished.
Yeah, that was a little too antsy there. I'm not exactly sure if that's what he wanted. But I just to get that dive kick.
Okay, roundhouse. Oh, no! Very unfortunate for Nando. And now Vagabond's controlling the corner really well. Is that it? Yes.
Dunks him. Vagabond looking good right now. I mean, Jerry's got some interesting things in this matchup. She can actually really deal with the ground pound. She's got a lot of the jumping options, and well, as we like to call the Hazanshu, can really be scary for Nikali's neutral. So Jerry will maybe want to stay outside that normal range of Nikali and really try and wait for those ground pounds. There you go. Wow, nice cross under there. Vagabond.
It's looking tough for Nando. Seeing the anti-air, not quite there. The pressure hasn't been very compelling. I guess I'm confused, I suppose, as to why this was the choice and not Mika.
Okay. Wow, great hit confirmed there. Yeah, not quite with that overhead. He is -4 after that, but very difficult to punish from that range.
Here we go. Oh, no, they were both in it. Oh. And then Vagabond smartly, he knows that fireball doesn't last forever. He comes in with the strong, gets the game. And Nando, what are we going to do here?
I think he may go back to Mika here. I'm not sure, though. We'll see if he's going to stick it through. I mean, I would have liked to see him kind of bait out a few more of those ground pounds in neutral, because it's definitely... Jury can definitely force Nikali to really kind of go in and play aggressive. So we'll see.
Well, he's thinking about it.
No, it looks like we're in the character select screen here. And we are going back to our Mika just like we thought.
Okay.
But I think, I think this is where Nando's comfort is. Been playing this character ever since release. So.
Yeah, and especially looking good with those University of California colors.
Yes, that's right. We'll see. Here we go.
Yeah, let's see the changes now. We saw a lot of mid-range stuff out of Jury, intended anyway. And when there was chances for damage, it wasn't terribly high, but those are going to be different situations now that Mika's involved. Like, that is such a bigger risk.
Okay, Ghost tries to go for some tricky stuff there. Doesn't really maximize on the damage, but okay, this might be how Nando looks a little comfortable. Yeah, Vagabond opting to kind of stay back and wait for Nando to go in.
Okay, wow. Fierce. Looking good into the corner, gets the juggle. Or could have gotten the juggle, and then I don't know what that was about, but it worked out for him. Vagabond trying to escape.
There's another of those drop kicks. Great anti-air there. Yeah, he's going to get some damage. And here is the mix-up. Nando going to need some more, and Vagabond woke up pressing buttons. Good stuff there from Nando. Like I said, I think this is where he wants to be. This character, way more comfortable. We saw that change from last game.
Yeah, you can really see that he looks better. Look at that. Yep. Better on what to do in the mid-range, better on what to do with the mix-ups up close.
Okay.
Wow.
Gets that dunk. Okay. Nothing too tricky after that. Yeah, Nando's really utilizing those claps right now in neutral.
That's a big risk, like we said. Although there was an unusual attempted punish. Yeah. Okay.
You may need to keep it simple. Yeah, you may need to keep it a little bit more simple than that. You can't get the crush off that, but it can be kind of difficult to time.
Oh, yeah, from the front. Oh, nice block after that, though. Vagabond is going to get the super, probably the round.
Yeah, this should do it here. And Vagabond tying it up 1-1. I mean, Nando's got a lot of meter to work with. He's just a really kind of a strange neutral game right now.
I think I like a lot of it. One thing that I'm confused about is some of the punishes that he's gone for. The wake-up dragon punches from Vagabond have not really been as bad for him on block as they probably should be.
Yeah. Okay.
There it is. Yeah, this is a much more traditional idea for punish, and it was good. Damage, corner control, why not?
Ooh, okay, I actually like that V reverse there. Got Vagabond out of trouble. It's a crush. Yeah, great hit confirmed there. Had the charge. Okay, give her the stunner.
Lots of neutral jumping from Vagabond. Does not want to be on the ground against Mika right now. Oh, great spacing, Nando trying to pressure.
Yeah, that was an awkward jump in though, and that may cost it for Nando.
Oh.
And yes, it does. And Vagabond taking it.
You are right. That was a big risk. Yeah, that means Nando is out.
Yeah, good stuff from Nando though. If he stuck it through with Mika the whole way through, could have had, I think, a much higher chance of taking that set. But
yeah.
I mean, he was experimenting. He was trying. It was maybe that previous match that kind of demoralized him from playing Mika.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you just need to sit down after a situation like that.
Yeah.
And one place to do that would be on a nice Vertigear chair.
Get him, David.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you guys can go to vertigear.com, use the promo code NACPT to save 10% off for Gamer Gear. Awesome sponsors and have been keeping our players comfy on the big stage. So big ups to them, always. But
all right, well, let's go to Joshua Gray.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. I'm joined by Chris G, the man who made it all the way here from Proving Grounds. We talked about you earlier today in our pregame show, Chris G. In your words, what was the journey like to make it here?
It was actually pretty difficult. SoCal really has a lot of killers. So when it came to the point system, well, I went to the first Vanguard, and I was actually really surprised that I had won that. The next one I actually didn't go to at all. The third one I got third. And at this point, there was at least 4 or 5 different people that actually could have got the spot, like coming to the 4th tournament. And I didn't go to the 4th one. I had the least amount of points. And, it just so happened that there was some gatekeeping had, and I snuck in with the least amount of points, and you know I found myself at the Proving Grounds. When I got there, it was pretty relaxing, you know. Like I just did my thing, you know. Took every match like as it was, and you know it just so happened that I had fought Dominion in Grand Finals, and you know that was actually really hard, but I pulled it off, and I got the flight here, and you know. Even though I would have thought, you know, I might have made it to the NA regionals, it seems I got to prove myself once more. And, you know, this guy's sitting behind me. Like, I guess I have to beat him to do that. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to do my best.
Let's talk about the matches today at the Battlegrounds. We've seen you perform very, very well so far. What do you think has been your toughest matchup or opponent up until this moment?
I think right now will be the toughest matchup of the moment. Yeah, I pretty much won kind of convincingly the other matches I played, and you know I already knew that if I kept winning, I would fight Tokido. So pretty much that's exactly what's happening, and hopefully you know I defend America, defend North America, you know, and stop him from beating us all.
Now this is a big matchup for you because you have not been able to defeat Tokido in any of these big major tournaments, and this victory would be huge for your career. Do you have any words that you'd like to say to Tokido before we start?
Man, he's already here to gatekeep, all right? So he has nothing to lose, which is, you know, that sucks. You know, when you're playing a person who's literally here just to do whatever he wants, you know, it puts a lot of pressure on you. So I'm gonna not try to let him to run me over. I mean, that's it. Like, I just got to beat him.
All right, man, you're the next match coming up. Give it up for Chris G, folks, defending America in his matchup against Tokido. We're going to check in with our boys over at the Red Bull TV desk. Gentlemen.
Thanks, Josh. Again, very well spoken from the man himself. Chris G sneaking his way through to the Battlegrounds, but again, definitely not a sleeper. Very, very much so showing his fighting game prowess, taking care of the competition throughout the entirety of today. And he's going to go against his toughest challenge yet, which is going to be Tokido. But before we get into that, we're going to take a look at what's been going down this hour of Street Fighter V.
Yep, we got some of the highlights right here for you guys. If y'all missed the action, we got RB. I think he's the player of the hour to me right
Absolutely.
now. As you can see, we got Alex Myers versus RB, and it was pretty close at first, you know. We was actually thinking over here at the analysis desk that Alex Myers doesn't have no real experience with Urian, but that's no excuse, because nonetheless, look at this right here, the wake up Aegis to avoid any potential mix-up danger. He's just looking good right now, man. RB is definitely the killer of this tournament. Okay, here comes the setup. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Please fill this out. It's about to get dirty right here. Here we go. Peep the ambiguous stuff.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. You hate to see that kind of stuff happen where Alex Myers has the potential lead and then puts himself in that tough situation. Where is he supposed to block? Really unfortunate.
This is true. And again, right now, and you know what? Throughout the whole tournament, I was thinking to myself, man, why Alex ain't really mauling him like that? But to be honest, and then I retracted that statement saying, man, RB looks like he has a lot of experience versus Cammy, so he's looking really clean, taking his time. Look at that, hitting him with the dim mock. And almost dizzy right here, looking real good. Look at the fabulous finish. I think he's about to go real optimal right here, which he will. Look at the crossover setup right here. Very ambiguous, stayed on the same side. It's not even a 50-50 at this point. He's looking so clean with his offense. It's just 100% wherever he goes.
Right. An overall great showing from RB, staying completely consistent. But let's take a look at what happened further on into the bracket as Alex Myers was now sent into the loser side. Now you had Circa's own Jabril rocking that Vega. Again, 16 years old.
And he is still aging, which is the scary part, that he is this good at this age. And right now, this is Alex Myers' tournament life right here. This is definitely his last match. He lost this match to Jabril in the losers, for those that was watching.
And you have to understand, Myers was coming from a really tough loss. So again, it might have shaken him just a little bit. It was really detrimental to his play, as you saw here. Jabril taking full advantage of that, really commanding the pace there. Alex Myers had a slight break, getting that situation reset against Jabril. But overall, Jabril just stuck to his strategy, got the game plan going, and it worked in his favor, as you see. In just a few moments, it's going to be.
And there it is. Yep. Look at the weights on the handshake. Check this out. It's one of my favorite parts. Look how it just drops.
That's got to be
I love you, Alex, but that's salt. I mean.
Yeah. So again, really tough break for Alex Myers. Still a great showing overall. And we're going to see a little bit more coming from what's been going on at the top of the hour. We had Damdai as well going against Brent is Cool. Now, a little backstory. These guys have been going at it. They're very much so good friends, right? They are very prominent Street Fighter 4 players. And going at it once again in Street Fighter 5. Again, they've played so many matches together, online, offline. So this is pretty much a banter of back and forth play. They know exactly how each other wants to play out the matchup. And you see it right here. Brent is Cool, changing it up a little bit, taking the game over Damdai. He's saying it's too far, that's not fair. Having a little bit of jest there with Brent is Cool.
Definitely having fun with this set. And again, the one thing that I do like about this, the story behind this is, like you said, they played many times on the online Level Up Series tournaments. Right. So, but the fact that I like that this is old school versus new school, Ryu versus Ken. And again, they usually go back and forth, but they actually fought in person. I think this is the first time they fight in person in tournament. So it's very interesting to see, man.
Yeah, overall they had a great time. You see a little bit of happy pop-off. A little bit from Damdai. Always great to see. And again, towards the end of that set, Brent is Cool couldn't find the opening he needed as Damdai took it. Oh, just a little bit off, but still, either way, Damdai securing that win. And it's, something he's all right with. He's taking out one of his buddies.
He was like, what? You thought I was going to lose? You really thought so? But here we go, Damdai versus 801 Strider. This is actually his tournament life right here. He had a great run throughout the tournament, but ended up going against 801 Strider, the man, the myth, the legend. And he's about to do what he does best, and that's mix you up from side to side.
He really had a lot of pressure going for him, especially while putting Damdai in the corner. Damdai didn't really have too much of a response. He's not really one to take too many risks. Strider was able to sniff that out and allow that pressure to continue. He was just going to keep going at it. He wasn't going to be weary of any kind of reversal dragon punches. He was just going to go to town. You saw no reversals from Damdai that entire match.
That's what Mika does best. She is the bulldozer, if you will. If you have no way to contain this bulldozer, then Mika's just going to have her way with you. Absolutely. And there we go, throwing him right back into the corner. This is looking very, and right there, it's crazy how far that reaches.
801 Strider. That's a dirty play.
And ending really with the protein, good stuff there by 801 Strider. Damdai, unfortunately. And he's actually one of the online qualifiers from the Proving Ground. So big ups to Damdai. Made it very far.
Yeah, a very impressive play. And as you see here, we got the losers finals up and ready to go. It's going to be Jabril versus 801 Strider. That's going to be quite the slugfest. But before we get into that, we got one more clip for you here. We got Chris G and how he's been doing versus TGZ WT Yusuf.
Now, very slow-paced match, real old school. We must have seen this match about 1,000 times in our lifetime watching Street Fighter. It's a very slow-paced match, but again, you got Gaia with all these new tools. Good bait there on the V reversal. And, of course, they're going head-to-head right now.
And again, he's really showing his gaming prowess. He's showing what he can do as Guile, and the patience he's showing. That was a great reaction to the fireball, by the way. That spacing was immaculate. Chris G making full work of all the normals that Guile has. Wasn't fazed by Yusuf's defense whatsoever.
And to be honest, one of my favorite highlights of Chris G is not even really his gameplay. His gameplay speaks for itself. It's the fact that he's rocking all of these characters right now. All the DLCs, too. Season 1 DLCs. Rocking them here at top-level play competition. Now, that's one of the most impressive parts of Chris G's play today.
Yeah, if you have the fundamentals down pat, you could definitely do that across the board no matter what character you use. You put the time in the lab, just like Chris G does, and you'll be just as effective no matter what character.
Yep.
And again, to follow along with all the action going on, be sure to use the hashtag Red Bull Battlegrounds, as well as follow Red Bull Esports and Capcom Fighters. So again, be a part of the conversation. Let us know how you guys feel, your thoughts, opinions, and whatnot. And be sure to follow along with more Street Fighter V action.
Sweet. So let's go and let's kick it over to the Capcom Fighters.